Oh yeah, baby, we're back in it like we always are. Welcome to JNC Podcast. Jacob C, aka Christopher, and then you got Chris with us here today. Um, you know, I'm excited about this football talk, but then another part of me is very upset that the Yankees are 0-2 in this series right now. Yankees are home for the next three games. I don't want to hear no excuses. You got to win all three games at home. I don't want to hear it. If you even want a chance to win, because you're terrible when you go to Houston, you can never win. So you need three games at home, and then you got to go and win maybe and hope to win one. If they lose today with Cole on the mound, we're getting swept. Like it's over. It's all over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
GG.
very frustrating. But on the good side of it, the Knicks finally got their first win. They beat the bricks out of Detroit. So I love that the Knicks are coming together. But with that being said, today is all about fantasy football and our football picks of the week. Before we get into every little thing, let's go over the latest news. If there's anything that the latest that we can possibly get. So Oh, we didn't talk about this. I forgot. It completely just ran my mind. We talked about possible trading spots for Christian McCaffrey, and then at the very end of the episode, when we were done recording, he got traded to the 49ers. And I thought we talked about it, but just because we did the episode, but it was right after we were done. So, 49ers have traded for Christian McCaffrey. How do we feel about this trade? Chris, you was the highest, and you want him to go to San Fran.
yeah,
Now he's there. How you
yeah.
feel?
Um, I like the move a lot. I think the Panthers got a really good deal out of it. They got what four round picks for next year's draft. Is it?
Oh, it's
They get the
rebuilding
second,
season.
they get the
Yep.
second round, third round, fourth round picks. From him. So really good by the Panthers. Obviously they're in rebuild. Obviously you really have no one left, and then DJ Moore is probably gonna be on the move before the deadline also. So it's definitely rebuild mode for them. But I like the move for the 49ers a lot. Like I said in the last podcast, with Ryan Shanahan's scheme, it fits in perfect. It's what we've used to see McCaffrey doing all these years in Carolina. Them having them off the ball, him getting 1,000+ yard seasons, running the ball 1,000+yard, um, catching the ball with those dump offs. So it's gonna benefit him a lot. But only people that are probably it won't benefit a little bit is probably Debo. He might lose a lot of those screens. Um,
Maybe.
a
Yeah.
little bit, but other than that, big upgrade for the 49ers. They already have a very stacked defense, and this just makes the offense even better.
No, yeah, the offense is it's a very power horse offense, and I think it benefits everybody in the offense. I think it benefits Debo. I think it benefits Kittle. I think it benefits even Ayuk because now you can legit run so many different type of plays, and then if you do one play action play, you could just go yard to Ayuk, and then Ayuk gets his numbers, and then Debo is still gonna get his. Kittle still gonna get his. Like there's really San Fran is going all the way with this, and I think it's because it's probably their last year officially with Jimmy G. I think when Trey Lance comes back, I think it's his team, and they also built this team for Trey Lance for next year. So, um, Trey Lance coming off that injury, he's gonna have CMC, Debo, Ayuk, and Kittle. Not bad for somebody to start off his new team because he really never got a chance to. But not bad to start off his new team with San Fran. Um, to hit you with the Debo, the DJ Moore comment you said, the latest news on that was that that Carolina sees a future with DJ. So
Okay.
they're not trading him. They're gonna keep him so that when there's little tanking season, whatever quarterback they draft, they're gonna have a DJ Moore to make it comfortable for them. They don't want to have a whole bunch of rookies on the team. So their plan is to keep him. So it's bad news for Giants, for the Chiefs, for Green Bay, because they all need wide receivers. But you never know. They could say one thing, and then if one of these teams give them a haul, like four picks, they're gonna trade DJ Moore in a heartbeat. So, interesting, interesting. Raiders tight end Darren Waller hamstring is out for Sunday's game versus the Texans. Hunter Renfro and Mac Hollins are questionable, but should be in the game. See how what's your fantasy managers do now with Darren Waller out at the
Um,
tight end spots?
I mean, you could just go and waiver wire, see who you could pick up. Like I said, I like Gerald Everett this week. Um,
It's a good pickup.
Evan Ingram has been getting looks from Trevor Lawrence every week. He's been getting targets, so if he's in the waiver wire, I would use him as well. The Giants have been struggling against tight ends, so that's another good pickup.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, you just stash I don't know if you want to look into I don't know how you feel. I still don't feel great about them, but if you're really deep in the league and you don't have absolutely anybody, they are throwing more in the Bears. And Dawson Knox's targets actually going up every week.
You mean Cole Komet?
I mean, yeah, not the yeah, Colson, Cole Komet. I don't know. I'm so tired.
What the hell?
Cole
I said
Komet's
Colson.
targets, Colson. I don't know who I'm talking about anymore. But yeah, Cole Komet is his targets are actually going up every week. So you never know. They are throwing more because it's like they were throwing absolutely never before, and now they are throwing more. So you never know with that. But yeah, you just gotta stream somebody and hope that Waller gets better soon.
Yeah. With Waller not playing, do you think it's you can start Hunter Renfro in your flex, even though he's been a really disappointment? Or
It's just yeah, it's tough with Hunter Renfro. He's been not even disappointment. Like it's been like non-existent. Like it's just like he
yeah,
hasn't been doing absolutely anything. I mean, if you want to give it a shot, they are facing Houston. It's not like they have a matchup where it's like So if
yeah.
you want to give it a shot, they're facing Houston, but the only person I really trust on the team is Brandon Cooks. I
Oh,
mean,
okay. No.
oh my God, I'm all over the place. Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs.
All right. Let's move on. Tyler Lockett, hamstring's questionable, for week 7. If he's ready to go, I think it's a nice flex. Damian Harris, after the report said that he was gonna miss multiple weeks, all of a sudden with his hamstring, he gets a full work in practice, and he's gonna be back involved on the Patriots offense. Doesn't bother me as a Stevenson owner. I think Ramondre is a better running back, and I think he's eventually going to take over this whole workload. I just don't believe it. I think Damian Harris will surprisingly only come in for a couple snaps. I think they're just using him just to confuse the defense for the Bears, even though it's an easy matchup anyways. Mac Jones upgraded to a full practice. It looks like Mac Jones is back on the New England offense. How do we feel about Mac Jones coming back in for the wide receivers like Jacoby Myers, who has been eating with Zappy? Chris, how do we feel about Mac Jones coming in? You still feel confident in Myers?
Yeah, I do. Um, because the first 2 games of the season he put up pretty decent numbers. Before he got hurt, and those games were with Mac Jones. So I mean, and he is the number one guy. Um, so I still feel confident in him putting up good numbers even with Mac coming back.
Oh, cool. Keenan Allen also questionable. Um, Right now, a lot of talk around is that they don't even expect Keenan Allen to come back because Chargers are on a bye week next week. So they think that Keenan should just sit this week and then
In
sit
2 more
next week
weeks.
and let him get fully recuperated because he's been hurt since week 2, if I believe, or it's like week 1, and that hamstring has been doing a real problem. So if he was to retweak that hamstring, he could be done for the season. That's how
Yeah.
bad his hamstring is. So I think as an owner, if you are owner of Keenan Allen, yes, you want him to come in, but you much rather him sit these next 2 weeks out, just that you can have him for the rest of your season. If you are trying to get into a playoff spot, he will be a very clutch wide receiver to get back on your team. Dalton Schultz is finally off the injury report for week 7. With Dak Prescott coming back, that is a great news. Um, Jonathan Taylor officially off the injury report. Now, breaking news: Ravens running back J.K. Dobbins is expected to undergo knee surgery, and it will sideline him for 4 to 6 weeks. Kenyon Drake, smash play for the next couple weeks. Kenyon Drake is a smash play. I have Kenyon Drake in one of my leagues, and the news is also around Christian McCaffrey is that Shanahan said he does not know if Christian McCaffrey will be ready to get a full workload or be ready to go at all. So I am debating sitting CMC and putting Kenyon Drake just because I'm not sure what's going on, and you never know. But if you have a flex spot and you have someone you're not confident in, I think you can start Kenyon Drake with a lot of confidence and pick up Gus Bus, pick up uh Gus Edwards. You can pick him up.
That's
Uh,
bus.
yeah, I call him Gus Bus because of bench warmers. Gus Edwards was the number two running back on this Raven offense before him and J.K. Dobbins did get hurt. He is still out, but you can pick him up, put him in your IR spot, and you never know. You stash him, and then he can take over this running back offense. But right now, it's Kenyon Drake. The Bucks rule out Julio Jones and Cameron Brake against the Ravens, the Panthers. Um, with Julio Jones out, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Lenny Fournette is just gonna be the bulk of the receptions. Oh look, Chris, this is something new. See, the Giants rule out Kenny Galladay and Kadarius Toney. Wow, it's so brand new. These guys are great, so healthy. And to finish off the last bit of news, Elijah Moore will not be playing this week because of his incident with the Jets. So, um, everything that happened from what the reports came out is that Elijah Moore uh, went to a meeting. He came in really hot and heavy, and he just started going back and forth with the coaching staff. And the coaching regime told him, listen, take a personal day, go home, cool off, come back the next day, and hopefully we can get you back in. He came into practice still the same, and Robert Saleh said, I'm not dealing with this. You're gonna be benched this week. He did come out and he said, I'm not trading Elijah Moore, which I understand because he's only a second year wide receiver and we drafted him with a second round pick. So you're not getting that value back because it hasn't been proven yet. He's a good talent. But with that being said, I will not be surprised if the Giants, the Chiefs, the Green Bay Packers are all calling to see if how serious the Jets are to keeping Elijah Moore. I think we should keep him. That's not funny. I think we should keep him, but he just has to just get out of that this selfishness and that he wants the ball and even though the Jets are winning, he wants the ball. I don't like it. Um, how do we feel if you're Elijah Moore owner about this?
I mean, you just hope that you know, yeah, he does. I mean, as a fantasy aspect, a fantasy owner, you hope that maybe this does awaken something and that they do throw the ball more to him. I mean, there's two different mindsets. There's a Jets fan and there's a fantasy owner. As a fantasy owner, you've been frustrated, you've been disappointed from what
Oh,
he's been
100%. You could
doing
even hope
all
that he
season.
gets actually traded to a more higher offensive
Yeah,
powered
I
offense.
mean, but he did do it with the Jets, and he did do it pretty well with the Jets last year. So I wouldn't be surprised if he can do it again. Um, so he's out this week. We'll see what happens. Jets don't have the best of schedules either. But at the same time, it's
Oh,
like you just want to hope that that this does awaken something and maybe they do throw the ball more. And I think you hope for this if you have any Jets receiver like Garrett Wilson as well. They're not throw
I actually think they're gonna throw the ball to a lot to Garrett Wilson on purpose this week. I actually
Well, I
would
mean,
expect it to
he's the
see
only guy.
it's
He's
him,
the only guy
Corey
there.
Davis, and you have Barrios, and now we're moving up Denzel Mims, our pick from 3 years ago. Salah said he has opportunity now. He also requested a trade before training camp because he knew that there's wide receivers that the Jets had that he was never going to get involved in the first team reps. But Salah said Denzel Mims is now going to get his opportunity. All this talk, now he's going to get his opportunity. So I'll actually laugh if that kid was to come in and actually get like 10
Ball out.
targets and ball out. And I'll be like, all right, Elijah Moore. Now, I listen, the Jets are just trying to tell you we could throw if we want to, but I got to see. We got to still see. But that is all the news and notes that I have gotten the latest amount of stuff. Now, before we get into our preview with all the games, I I wanted to go over our start to sits that we said from last week. I didn't have it down, and I want to go over it through it now, just go over and see how we did, and and just give ourselves like a grade. Basically, is what we go through. So with our quarterbacks from last Sunday that we set to start, we had I put Geno Smith as my starting quarterback. To start him, he only gave 12 points, so wasn't a good start. He had a really bad game. See, your quarterback start of the week was Kirk Cousins. He gave 20.5 points. A good start if people listen to you, a really good start. Chris, your start of the week, which was a surprising start, but he did really good as well. Jimmy Garoppolo had 20.94 points, had a good start. If somebody had Debo or Ayuk and pair that matchup, probably a good day for them. My running back start of the week was Ramondre Stevenson, 25.1 points for that week. Great start from Ramondre. C, your running back start of the week was Devil Singletary, which I was surprised by because I thought he didn't do good, but I didn't remember. And I went to see he had 14.7 points. A good start for Devil Singletary. Good flex numbers if you have him as a flex or RB2. Chris, your running back, AJ Dillon, 9.2 points. Did not. It's just been giving 9 points every week. He's not going to what we expect. Not a great start if people started him against a surprising Jet defense that just shut them down. Wide receivers. I
Not
have my
surprising to me.
uh,
Telling you, that Jets defense is crazy, man.
No, the run defense was bad. I mean,
Yeah.
it was bad for weeks, and they just shut them down. Running back, wide receiver star of the week for me was Michael Pittman, 26.4 points, had himself a great week. C, your wide receiver was Alec Pierce, 13.9. And Chris, you had Jacoby Myers, who gave 10 points. Not terrible, flexible numbers. Maybe could have gave better options out there, but Myers did give 10, so double digits. Tight end, I had Evan Ingram, who gave 9 points. Uh, for tight ends, is actually not terrible. For C, you had David Njoku, 8 points as a tight end. And then Chris, your tight end start of the week was Tyler Higbee, who had a surprising 1.7 points. And I don't remember if he left with injury, but I just know the Rams didn't do good at all. But let's go to our sits. Well, I'm 2 for 2 with both my quarterbacks. I put Russell Wilson as my sit, so both my starting and my sit both did terrible. 15 points from Russell Wilson, not great, not bad. Your sit of the weeks, C, this one kind of burned. Trevor Lawrence, 26.9 points, had himself a day. He had the most points out of all quarterbacks in this whole list of quarterbacks we mentioned here today. He had himself a day. So if you did sit him, it's all C's fault. Okay.
Okay.
Your set of the week, Chris, was Winston, but he was ruled out because of injury, so you get a pass. Running back set of the week, I had James Robinson. Like we talked about, ETN is getting more involved. James Robinson is not doing too good. 6.5 points. Did not have a good day for him. You see, almost your whole sit team became starters.
It's
Miles
crazy.
Sanders, 14.2 points, had a touchdown against the Dallas defense. Had himself a good game. Uh, and Chris, you had Travis Etienne as your sit, but he had 12.8 points, flexible numbers. You could have plugged them in. If you didn't, then okay. Uh, Wide receivers, I put Elijah Moore. He gave you a fat zero. If you please tell me you sat him.
Oh,
Please,
for
I hope
sure.
so. Your sit of the week, Chris. C was Romeo Dobbs, 6.1 points against that Jet defense. Good sit. Uh, Chris,
What I say?
I know, no, Chris. I
Oh,
laughed at
Chris.
what I laughed at when I was going through the start to six. I'm like, no way he put this guy, and he balled out.
Yeah, he went in.
Chase Claypool was his sit of the week, 23.4 points. The wide receiver 3 on the Steelers went bonkers. That one made me laugh so much. Chase Claypool, if you actually did start him out of nowhere, congratulations. But I don't think no one expected that one to happen. Tight ends. I said sit Kyle Pitts. He caught a touchdown and saved his game. He only caught 3 balls, but 10.9 points. He still stinks. You still should sit him. Um, C, yesterday of the week was Dalton Schultz, but he was ruled out before the game started, so you get a pass. And Chris, another one of yours that had a touchdown saved, Dawson Knox, 12.7 points, three receptions, and one touchdown. So that was our start to sits. I would give that like a B for the most part. We have some sits in there that ought to just start blowing up like Trevor Lawrence and Chase Claypool, but honestly, good overall starts and sits. We have our starts and sits in our last episode, and we will go over those and see how we did next week after this Sunday and Monday matchups. Let's get into all of our pre-games and all of our previews. Get us into it. We'll get rolling. We did our teams and we did Dallas and Detroit in our last episode. So now we have to cover every other game and give our intake. We're going to start off with Tampa Bay and the Carolina Panthers. Chris, can you take this one for me?
Let's see. Thank you. Dallas is favored by 6.5.
No.
Um,
Tampa and Panthers.
we didn't do, but
Yeah,
Did
we
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 lose
did
did
we
that?
did
Dallas.
this
Oh,
spread
that was the
last.
last game we were here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yo, this
Yo,
spread
hold on,
this
hold on, hold on, hold on. What did you not just listen to what I just said like 5 seconds ago?
Who you said?
I literally just said we went over the New York, our New
You know
York
what
game.
happened? Chris was hovering around it with the mouse, so I started looking at them immediately.
Oh
Oh
my
God.
God! Now I know that my own guys don't
I'll
even
leave it.
listen.
I'll leave it
All
here.
right, all right, all right, all right. Cleveland. Nah, okay.
Um,
Tampa Bay is favored in this game by plus 13. Expected. No CMC. Baker
Yeah,
Mayfield as your
that
QB.
number jumped.
that
Yeah, that number
spread
jumped.
is so
That
crazy.
number probably went from like 9 and jumped up like crazy. But yeah, on the
Wow.
Panthers, don't start nobody at all. Absolutely, maybe
What
Are you
about
right?
what about
Abdullah, maybe um
what about Foreman? 'Cause I think
yeah,
Foreman is gonna be the guy to get the running, like the real
yeah.
running.
I
I
think
don't
it's
know.
between Abdullah and Foreman.
They're gonna
Um,
split.
yeah, you could probably flex one of those guys. Because Tampa honestly hasn't looked great this year, so you might get away with getting some good flex points in this game. But that's about it. I'm not even confident starting DJ Moore because Baker Mayfield is just garbage. And
No,
then Tampa,
Baker been hurt. It's PJ Walker.
yeah, it doesn't matter, healthy or not. Tampa Bay, start Tom Brady. I like him in this one. Chris Godwin is healthy. He's good to go. Mike Evans, Leonard Fournette. Um, and yeah, I got Tampa in this one. Heavy favorites.
Yeah. Listen, I'm totally on board. I'm taking Tampa.
Yeah, if I was a betting man, I'll go all in. I'll just like there's no way.
Chris,
This is
you
like
know, oh,
this
here's
is
my
all the
chips.
chips, bro, because there's no way I think Carolina look, Vegas knows it's negative 13 for for the Buccaneers. There's no way there's not much to say about that game.
Take the Browns and Ravens.
So the Browns and Ravens here. This is gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
I actually do believe that this is gonna be a good game. I'm gonna go with the upset here, and I'm gonna actually go with the Browns. The Baltimore Ravens, they've been struggling so bad, especially against the run. Well, the defense just is bad all around. And I think Nick Chubb is just going to rock the baby with this team and just absolutely like get his numbers. I think this game is gonna be close. I think it's gonna be a good game, but I think somehow, some way, because the Baltimore they just love to blow it at the end. Cleveland is gonna come away with the win.
Funny that you say that, right?
I love to see it.
I agree. On the fantasy aspect, you know, you're starting the main people. I think if Rashad Bateman is ready to go, which I think he will be, I think you start him. Lamar, Mike Andrews, Kenyon Drake has a good matchup against this Brown defense, who Eckler has destroyed this defense, and Ramondre Stevenson has ran over this defense. So I think you start Kenyon Drake with a high confidence level. The Browns, besides Nick Chubb and Amari Cooper, those two guys are automatically starts against his defense, and I think you can start Kareem Hunt as well. I think he's a good bounce back this week. I think he really has a good bounce back game. How do you feel, Chris?
Um, yeah, I agree. I think Cleveland is gonna take the upset in this one. Like you said, Baltimore's defense is just not it this season, especially late in games. And Nick Chubb has been amazing this year so far. He had one bad game last week, but this week it's gonna be a bounce back week for him.
No, what we should
Uh,
start doing. We should start like have like start tallying down which teams that we take, and then at the end see who has a better record, and just keep it for every week, and see who picks like all the games who has the best record. That would something pretty cool to do. Because I'm taking the Ravens. I think Ravens
yeah.
are very upset that they just through that game against the Giants. So I'm going with the Ravens. We should do that for next week. We should plan it better, and we should go through the games and then have like a record at the week and see who got the good picks there. But totally agree with I agree with everything. I agree with everything you guys are saying. I just think the Ravens are gonna win at the end. Um, Green Bay and the Washington Commanders. Um, uh, Commanders, Green Bay is favored by 4.5, if I'm not mistaken, before my screen disappeared. Yeah, 4.5. Green Bay is favored by 4.5. I have almost all the Green Bay players as my start of the weeks, and they're just gonna blow up. I think Now I think the spread is too low. I think Rodgers is gonna win by a lot. Um, I'm starting everybody in the Green Bay side besides AJ Dillon. I don't know about him still, but everybody else I'm cool with. The Commander side, I think with Heineke at quarterback, I think Terry McLaurin's going to get 12 targets a game. I think Curtis Samuel it should be a solid start as well. And Brian Robinson, a good start, a decent start. You know, you saw what Brees Hall did. Brian Robinson's not no Brees Hall, but you saw what he did to that defense. So Brian Robinson could get some nice big plays and give you a solid flex worthy points. So I would take Green Bay to win this game.
Yeah, I mean last podcast I said this is gonna be an upset game, so I'm taking Washington in this game.
You taking Washington? Oh snap!
Yeah, it's my upset
You
game. I
think
gotta
that
beat.
you think Aaron Rodgers will retire if he loses to the Giants, the Jets, and then the Commanders right after? He's gonna retire. He's retiring.
Yeah, either that he's gonna jump off a bridge.
Yeah, he's not gonna stay on that team any longer.
Yeah, no.
See, who are you taking?
Yeah, no, I got Green Bay in this one. The Green Bay is gonna come in here and well, you know what? I've been saying that Green Bay is gonna come in here and murder this team for the last 3 weeks because they're upset or whatever the situation may be and they keep losing. But I think this is actually the game where they come in here and destroy this team. If they actually come in here and destroy this team, the difference with this team than the last 2 weeks is this team absolutely has zero defense, um, mediocre offense, and yeah, that's just all I need to say about this team.
No, yeah. Listen, I totally agree with everything. Chris, take the Falcons and the Bengals, not Dallas and Detroit.
No, Dallas and Detroit is favored by 6.5. Oh, they really are, and this team too. Wow, that's amazing.
Oh God.
Cincinnati's favored by 6.5. In this game, which I like. Not confident in Atlanta at all.
Why
Um,
not? They're 3-3. What's so bad about them?
I mean, I just feel like Joe Burrow is just he's getting back up there to where he was last year, and
Yeah.
it's just every week is just getting better. His Jamar Chase is just getting better every week. They're getting that connection back, and I think it's gonna continue this week against Atlanta's mediocre defense. Obviously, you're gonna start Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T Higgins, Joe Mixon. If you need a flex spot, I would even say Tyler Boyd because that's how confident I am that the Bengals are just going to go in there and just um take over this game. And then on Atlanta side, I guess you start. I don't know. Do you start Kyle Pitts, Jacob? I don't know. You have a very
I
hate
I
relationship with him.
I hate Kyle Pitts. I don't. I at this point I have so much hype for him. I don't want to start him. The Cincinnati Bengals
Yeah.
defense is a real solid defense, but yeah, no,
No.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
want
I
to start
guess
him.
Yeah.
I guess maybe Drake on then.
Yeah. Probably Jake London is probably the only person I'll probably start. Um.
Even that one's tough though.
Yeah.
a- And then yeah, that's about it. But take the Bengals in this game.
Here is the upset of the week, and I think Falcons win this game by a field goal. I taking the Falcons to win this game. They should have been 4-2, but because of that pass interference call on Tom Brady, they ended up making them lose the game. I mean the roughing the passer,
Mm-hmm.
so stupid. But I am taking I got confused. It just scrolled all the way up. He didn't even know what he just did. I'm taking the Falcons to win the game. I like the Atlanta Falcons to win this game. But like you said, fantasy wise, everything is the same. You know, you're starting all the top players, and you just gotta hope for a big game from the Cincinnati side. But I'm taking the Falcons to do upset this week. See,
I'm going with the Bengals in this one.
okay. Take the Colts and Titans. See,
All right, so with the Colts and Titans, when it comes to fantasy aspect, I believe Jonathan Taylor's coming back this week. So
yes, he
he's
is.
yeah, so he's a no-brainer start. You've been dying for him to come back. I've been liking this kid and he's been doing it week in and week out. Alec Pierce, has been putting up numbers every week. Michael Pittman is the guy that you always start every week. And I think for the Colts, that's pretty much it. You're not going to start Matt Ryan. I mean, Matt Ryan is. I mean, if you,
He
I don't
finished
know
top
what you.
five last week.
He did. I don't know what do you guys think about this defense? You think this is a favorable matchup for Matt Ryan?
No,
That's what I'm saying. So that's what, like, those are my three guys for the Colts and the Tennessee. Derrick Henry's a no-brainer.
And that's it.
And then that's pretty much it. Yeah, there's nobody else that you're really looking at Tennessee to start. Um, and the Colts have really been struggling with scoring in general. I think they're one of the lowest, if not the lowest. No, I think the Broncos are now the lowest.
Well, the
I think
coach scored 35 points last week, so that probably helped them.
yes, yeah, they're probably up now. The bottom now they're bottom five instead of bottom one. So,
Yeah.
but I think Tennessee can win this game. I think they can come in and pull it off. Derrick Henry's gonna run over this team, I believe, and yeah, I'm picking Tennessee in this one.
I am picking Tennessee as well to win this one, Chris.
I'm taking Indianapolis in this game.
I want to start tallying this, yo. I'm telling you, I want to start tallying this. Um, I'll get into Houston and the Raiders right now, but just to show you guys, um, yesterday the Jets were favored by 1 point to beat Denver, and the odds flipped. I'm pretty sure it's because the Elijah Moore sit. Denver Broncos now are a 1 point favorite instead of the Jets. So the odds kept changing. It looks like this is going to be the odd officially until tomorrow. Denver is up by 1 now with no Elijah Moore, which, understandable. But let's move on. Houston and the Raiders. The Raiders are favored 6.5 against the Houston Texans, and I think the Raiders, if they need a game where they need to get back into motion, they're 1-4. This is the game. Houston is not a good team, a really bad defense. This is what the Raiders need to do. They need to explode. I think Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs eat this whole defense up, and I think Derek Carr is a smash start. And yeah, on the Texans side, Damian Pierce is a monster. Brandon Cooks is my start of the week as a wide receiver. I think Houston could try to keep it competitive, but then eventually by the fourth quarter, Raiders just run away with the win. So I'm taking the Raiders to win the game.
Yeah, I have the Raiders as well.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Raiders. Like I said, no brainer there. I think they're the better team. And Houston, that defense is not gonna be able to hold Devontae Adams or Josh Jacobs. So I think they're gonna have a great game.
Yeah, it should be a great game. The Chiefs and the Niners. The Chiefs yesterday, but I mean the Chiefs before the CMC trade were favored by 2. Now they're only favored by 1. So it brought down a whole point because of Christian McCaffrey, and he may not even be in all the snaps.
Mm-hmm.
But Chiefs are favored by 1.5 at San Francisco. How do we feel about this game, Chris?
Yeah, I like this game. I think this is gonna be a very
Yeah,
good game. Probably my favorite game of the week. I wish it was the Sunday night game instead of the freaking Steelers and Dolphins. I don't know who the hell put that as Sunday night. But I mean, I guess I don't know. We'll see what happens in that game. But KC and San Fran, I love this game. My favorite game of the week. It's gonna be a lot of starts in this one. Um,
Everybody.
depending on if
bro.
McCaffrey's, I think he's gonna get more snaps than what they're saying. I really do. But
By the way, did you see him in the red
yo,
uniform?
Bro, he was there Friday
the dude,
afternoon practicing already,
yeah,
bro.
that
That
uniform
red
fits him.
jersey
That
looks
uniform fits him.
fire. He
Yeah,
looks like the Flash.
it looks like he was born to be on that team. Like it's crazy.
That he looks
But
so it looks fire.
Bro, it's funny, bro.
it's
I feel like
crazy.
he was waiting, like, because this guy was traded, I think, and was in San Fran, I think, the same day or something like that, bro. Like he
That's
was.
his hometown.
Oh, okay, so he's ready to go, man. He's
Oh,
ready to
he's
come
ready
in
to
here.
go.
Yeah, he's
And
gonna
now
eat.
he goes from a team that never been to playoffs besides that 1 year with Cam to a real team. So
I
now
think
Was
this
but
everything
team.
was he even on the team in that year?
I believe he was. If I'm
Because
not
that was
mistaken.
2015. That was a while
You
ago.
think
Was
so?
he there?
He's been there for 4 seasons. Wait, this is his sixth
This
year,
is,
fifth year? I don't
so
know.
I think he was there the year after.
He was there for 6 years.
Yeah, but they were there in 2015 in the Super Bowl.
Listen,
Oh,
all I know is
okay,
that he's
okay.
gonna come in here, ball out, and that
2014,
Christian
2015, something like that.
and Christian, this team is insane. Like I like this team to somehow make it, or like they're in the Super Bowl talk now, in my opinion. Like
Oh no, yeah.
You got Kittle, who's a tight end who can fool you and be a wide receiver. You got Debo now, who's a wide receiver who can fool you and be a
Yeah.
running back. Now you got Christian McCaffrey, who's a running back who can fool you and be a wide receiver.
Imagine the
And then
playbook you could do. Like
it's
Yeah.
crazy.
you could do both of them as your running back in the shotgun, and then have plays set up where they could just go one on one against a linebacker.
And then
Yeah,
Like you
San
everybody,
can't
Fran
and
was
fold
then
nice,
them.
bro.
yeah, and then everybody's confused with these three players, and Ayuk is by himself in the end zone. Like it's gonna be
And there's nobody
absolutely
better than Jimmy Garoppolo to be a quarterback for Christian McCaffrey.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
really
but
truly believe that.
San Fran was already, I think, playoff contenders,
Playoff
and
contenders, but now it's like
and
Super
now this
Bowl.
makes them Super Bowl contenders. I love
Yeah,
it
Yeah,
so
for sure,
much.
for sure.
his jersey looks fire, but
Yeah, it fits
um,
them.
okay, it's like we don't know for sure, but if Christian McCaffrey is there for the whole game, I'm taking San Fran. I'm so taking. I'm buying the hype, but maybe they lose because they just got him. But after this week, I think they're gonna ball out. I think it's gonna be a great team. I'm gonna take San Fran. I'll take the upset by one.
Yeah. Oh no, I think I still go with KC. Um, but yeah, I won't be surprised if San Fran takes it, but I think I'm gonna roll KC in this
This
one.
is the rematch of the Super Bowl too.
Mm-hmm.
It's the
Listen,
rematch.
let me tell you, this team, what San Fran has in their favor is the better defense. Kansas City's been playing good defense recently, but compared to San Fran, that defense is something else.
Oh, let's talk about this guy. He finally had his breakout game with Kansas City. Juju Smith-Schuster. Are you starting him this week?
Nope.
Nah.
Wow, we did
It's
not buy the hype.
Nah.
That San
I
Fran
think
defense.
I think because of the and I think because how close I think a game is gonna be, I think he's gonna have to rely on a lot on Kelsey, and he's gonna take all those targets from Juju.
Well, I mean, no one can ever stop Kelsey, but I know Shanahan is telling that defense to put three guys on that guy.
Oh
They
yeah.
probably still not gonna stop him, but
Nah.
to be honest, I actually, if I was to make my bold prediction, it would be that Kelsey gives a mediocre performance this week because
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think that Kelsey gives you fantasy wise maybe 10 points.
I
I
wouldn't.
think
Nah.
Kelsey gives. I can see that because this defense is tough. I can see Kelsey giving a mediocre performance. I have Kelsey, so I don't want that to happen. But I think that'd be my bold take is
Like
that
I want all
Kelsey has a mediocre
guns.
performance.
I want all guns pointed
You
at
know
this
what?
man.
I don't have Kelsey no more, so yeah, I think he has a mediocre performance.
And I have him, and I'm saying it. I really do think so. But yeah.
Have
So
him in two leagues now.
where you have him at? Who you taking? See,
I love San Fran this game. I mean, now San Fran has made me a fan only because I have CMC in two leagues.
oh
So
yeah.
now I'm just gonna have to I'm San Fran, do it up, man. And if you don't use CMC, then I hope you lose. But
I
it's
think I
no no. Okay.
I
But
might.
I think San Fran can take this one away.
If I'm telling you right now, if I win in one of my leagues with CMC as my running back, I might buy his jersey. I might just buy it.
A San Fran jersey, that's a tough jersey,
That's
yo.
terrible.
I'll tell you, when I saw that video, I was like, yo, he looks like he was born to play in that
He's
jersey.
walking in like, oh yeah, I'm walking into a team now, not
He
no
said,
bums.
I already had a house here.
All right, let's move
But
on.
remember, he has paper glass skin and shit.
Oh shot. Poor Elijah Mitchell, man, lost his job. All right, let's go to the next game. Seattle Seahawks against the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah, he's gonna be on
Uh,
the waivers next week.
uh, um, Chargers favored by 4.5. Chargers are the home team. I was looking at this game as my upset, but then I changed my mind. I think this is a game where Herbert gets Allen back. I think Herbert actually comes back to the old Herbert because I need him to. So Herbert, I think the Chargers win this game. Um, I don't think there's nobody to not sit in the Chargers offense, so I'm not even gonna say it. But if you want me to say it, Herbert, Eckler, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Joe Everett. That's pretty much it. You could definitely start that whole team. I think they have a great matchup against Seattle. On the Seattle side, how do we feel about Gino this week?
I think he's still a good start.
I started him. Yeah, I'm starting him. He's gonna have a bounce back game in my opinion. I think this is gonna be where he goes right back to what he was doing before.
So we're
And
starting the Seattle offense as well. Seattle,
I'll start on Walker
Keenan
Walker,
Walker,
yeah, Metcalf.
DK Metcalf,
and
and
Tyler
Tyler
Lockett.
Lockett.
Yeah,
Uh, what about Noah Fant, the tight end? Nah,
Nah.
It's a different tight end every week in Seattle. It's weird. Like it could be fat,
they
could be
got like
Dixon.
4.
That's what I'm saying. Like you never know who's gonna catch that touchdown. So the tight ends are is a big question mark. I wouldn't start any of them. I would just do Tyler, DK, and Ken Walker. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I totally agree. But I'm taking the Chargers to win. What do you guys pick?
Oh yeah, for sure. The Chargers are
Yeah.
gonna win.
Chargers as well. All right.
I need Eckler and Herbert to come on because I have them, so I need them to
They
blow up.
need it. They need it because they're falling behind in the
I need them
They
standings.
to
need it.
blow up.
They
I
need
need to
it.
be like 40 to zip this game.
Yeah, I need them to
Eckler
blow
has
as
like
well.
3 touchdowns,
A
like
hundred
something.
percent. We need something there. All right, we'll finish off with the last game of the week, and that is Monday night: Chicago Bears against the New England Patriots. This is gonna be a
Who makes
blowout.
these? Who does
It's gonna be
the
a blowout.
schedule?
Like these primetime games have been
How, yo,
boring.
both back to back games are duds. Like I don't
Boring. Like
understand.
New England is favored by 8 points, and they should be favored by 13.
I mean,
Like they,
Thursday we're finally gonna have a good game,
yes.
but
Monday though
I mean,
is
we got touchdowns in this Thursday game.
oh
Thank
this
you,
past Thursday
thank
game
you,
was
Andy
48.
oh
Dalton.
yeah,
Andy Dalton, yo, he broke a record, right?
He's so good,
Two
bro.
pick sixes in 6 seconds, whatever it was.
yeah, that was crazy.
That's funny. Chicago Bears are underdogs by 8. Should be more. New England is a solid start. Are we confident starting if you really need a quarterback? Are you gonna start Mac Jones?
No,
Th-
not at all.
What about you, C?
Mac Jones against no, I would start his weapons.
Yo, the money line
Against
just
the
changed in the
Patriots.
Pittsburgh and Dolphin games just now.
Yeah,
Oh,
everything is
that's
changing. They change back and
crazy.
forth. Yeah, so I'm not confident in Mac Jones, but I think Ramondre is a good start. I guess you could start Damian Harris because they're probably gonna run the ball down their throats against this weak defense. Jacoby Myers is a solid start. That's the only guy that I'm starting. Hunter Henry had a big week last week. Are we confident in Hunter Henry this week?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
start Hunter Henry.
Mac Jones likes his tight ends, so I wouldn't mind starting
It's
him.
because he can't throw no more than 20 yards down the field,
Oh
so he
yeah,
has to
for
throw to
sure.
the tight end. Yeah.
There
Mac
you
and
go.
cheese. Mac and cheese.
Mac and
Uh,
cheese.
on the Bear side, David Montgomery and probably Khalil Herbert.
I saw
Even maybe Darnell Mooney if you're desperate for maybe flex.
I almost threw up on my mouth.
no.
If
I
if
had
you're desperate for
Montgomery.
flex, I mean,
I had Montgomery on my sit list. Yeah, this Patriots defense has been doing it. Like I said, Zappy Dose is out here supporting his defense with the points, but I'm
But it's
not
not
gonna.
Zapdos no more.
Yeah,
It's
but
Mac
you know
Jones.
that
yeah.
the quarterback is changing, but not the defense. So I just don't think that they can do it. They've been struggling all year against mediocre defenses, or it's with this defense is not mediocre in my opinion.
No,
Um,
no, they're a really good defense.
yeah, so I don't think anybody in the Bears is a good start unless you're absolutely desperate and need somebody.
That's why I hate that the Jets are going up against tough defenses back to back to back weeks. It's very tough for the Jets for what they're going through. They got the Denver Broncos, New England, and Buffalo. So it's a very tough 3 game stretch. But we all picking New England, right? Like there's
Yeah,
no upset here, right?
Yeah.
This is just like an
this
embarrassing
is
Monday.
I might not even watch it.
I might not even watch it as well. I think I'm better off playing Madden because this game is boring. Um, yeah, we'll take New England. There's not much questions to talk about. Uh, on the Chicago side, on the only thing to talk about Chicago is that David Montgomery and Khalil Herbert are becoming more of a split backfield more and more. And there's even talks that Khalil Herbert can actually take the job. So how do we feel about
Nice.
that?
I like that. I like Khalil Herbert a lot.
What do you do if you're a David Montgomery owner? Do you try to trade him before it's too late?
Yeah. Whoever has or get Khalil Herbert from the other person.
Or try to get AJ Dillon for Aaron Jones, and then that fantasy owner be very annoying.
AJ Dillon for
Ugh.
Aaron Jones.
Yeah, is that the same thing? When you try to get AJ Dillon to handcuff him for Aaron Jones, but that owner just is very annoying and wants
It's
a
crazy.
big package. It's
I mean,
ridiculous.
when you try to trade with the best player on the team, on the league, I mean, it's kind of something.
Shut the hell up.
That's why
Shut
Swift is
up.
gonna snap his ankle.
Shut
Amon St.
up.
Brown is gonna be out for 4-6
Shut
weeks.
up.
No
You're up by one
shot,
game.
bro.
You're up by one game. You lose this
All
week.
right, all
We
right.
tied, buddy. We tied. All right. So calm down. All
Get
right.
out of here, Elijah
Calm,
Mitchell. All right,
calm
so
down.
let's keep going.
He came right after you. Oh shoot. All right.
I hope Josh Allen hurdles over someone else and just snaps his ACL, bro.
We do
No
not hope that.
shot. No
I
shot.
hope that
We do not hope that.
only because Chris has him.
No shot.
All right, Chris, take off the screen, please. Oh man. Oh, that was funny. Listen. Quickly before we end it, let's just talk about quickly about our league and what we're going and how the league is looking right now. Um, we have it's funny because on both sides of the division we have the exact same records from top to bottom. So it's been an interesting week. Um, but there's a lot going on. You have a lot of bye weeks going on, so you can easily lose the games that you think you could win because of your bye weeks. You know, when you lose Josh Allen, when you lose big names like Stephon Diggs, you lose big names like Cooper Cup, that could really hurt you this week. So the best advice is you hopefully have a good bench. If not, go to the waivers. Go to the waivers and pick up wide receivers, pick up running backs, pick up the best you possibly can. If Kenyon Drake was on your waivers still, you should go after him. He's probably not, but if I'm not mistaken, somebody dropped Kenyon Drake. I'm not mistaken after I traded him to him.
Yeah,
Yeah, was an idiot. But
that's all right. I got a stack running backs on
I think
bench.
I picked him up. I think is that the league that I picked
oh yeah,
him?
like Patterson and Mitchell.
The Jamal Williams, he be taking all those touchdowns from Swift.
Oh, that's never gonna change. That's the one
Yeah.
bad thing about Swift, and that Jamal Williams is gonna be the goal line guy. But
I think he's gonna break his leg this week.
no, we're not gonna keep sitting here and going after running back getting hurt. Like what the freak?
I think I'm gonna break your leg.
All right, that I'm okay with. He's not in my fantasy league.
No
he's not in
shot.
my fantasy.
Yo, DeAndre Hopkins had a really good game.
Andrew picked up Kenyon Drake. Andrew been listening to this podcast, bro. He picked up Kenyon Drake. Who's
He's
playing
our number
Andrew?
one fan.
Bro, we got him. No, we
It's
got him into
Chris.
fantasy. We got him into fantasy.
No,
like,
he
all
plays
together.
Chris too. Kenyon Drake is gonna kick your team's arse, bro.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. That's gonna be the game of the week. Chris and Andrew.
No, I'm scared. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I'm scared Andrew could be.
If you would have had Josh Allen starting, you would have. I think you would have won that.
I just need Geno Smith to have one of his good games.
Yo, you know what's crazy? If Izzy beats Aaron and Andrew beats you, Andrew is tied for first place, and if I win, I'm tied for first place with you because you're a bum and you didn't want to give me AJ Dillon.
And if I win, I'm tied for last place. Oh my god,
you're tied with Ishmael.
Oh god. Yeah, because Ishmael knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah. By the way, he beat Chris and said, "I see. I know what I'm doing." I know.
I beat the guy with the best points in the league.
Yo, bro. I was flabbergasted.
Yo, can I ask you a question, Chris? Seriously,
No,
before we end
not
this,
at all.
can I ask you a question? If I offered you like Daryl Henderson or Brian Robinson from Washington for AJ Dillon, would you do it? 1 for 1?
1 for 1?
Yeah.
No. I don't like LA's offense at all this year. I just don't love them.
What about Brian Robinson from Washington?
Nah.
Not playing with me. Like I don't understand why he thinks that this is. And then I try to get what I want. And
it's such a good trade. Such a good trade.
It's a great trade for you. Yeah.
If you offer both of them for AJ Dillon, then yeah.
Yo, you want that?
I would do that, Chris. Both of them for AJ Dillon, I would do that. Not 1-on-1 though.
Yo, you want that? I'm down.
Do it.
Do it. And give me Mike Boone, and that's it. GG's.
Mike Boone.
Mike Boone then.
You want that bum?
Bro, he's a third string. What's the difference?
Talk after.
All right. All right. Welcome, and goodbye. The JNC podcast, as we have done the preview of every single game, and we gave our takes, and you take it, you don't, whatever. I just hope that the next time we get back on, the Jets beat Denver, and I can sit here and say, imagine you started the Denver defense against my Jet offense. I just want to say that because there's a bum in here who's not in here, but a bum in our league who picked up Denver defense. So I hope the Jets pummel them. I really do. Let's go Jets, baby. JNC podcast. We'll talk to you guys next week on Monday. Bye. Peace.
Bye.